taken up residence in virtually half the U.S. population. So it's probably the worst epidemic to ever occur in our species. Science behind that, but so we have 24 feet of small intestine infested by fecal microbes. Now, as you recall, the small intestine is very permeable. That's where we absorb nutrients. So when those microbes that live and die over just a period of few hours, they don't live very long, they release some of the components of their cell walls, such as the endotoxic component. And that gains access to your bloodstream. That's called endotoxemia, of course, and that's a major driver of weight gain, dementia. It's probably one of the most important factors causing multiple forms of cancer, type 2 diabetes, cognitive impairment. So in other words, it's going to cause us to reconsider virtually all human disease in light of the contribution, initiation or exacerbation of endotoxemia.
So just on the topic of endotoxemia, so there's somehow some of these bad microbes, these pathogens, either leak off or release something negative about that then forms this infection that gets into the bloodstream that starts creating a cascade of bad effects.
Yes. So, people have suspected this issue of gut leak for many decades, but it finally got corroborated by Patrice Canny and his Belgian group in 2007, and since corroborated numerous times since. It is a major driver. It terrifies me to think how we didn't know about this thing. The great thing about Reuteri is, so most microbes colonize the colon only.
Right. The large intestine, yeah.
Mm-hmm. The Reuteri colonize the 24
I can't help
feet
you
of
guys
small
anymore. I gotta get to the
intestine and
baby.
the colon.
You guys be
Wow.
easy, man.
It's
the best I can give you.
It does something wonderful. It produces what are called bacteriocins, natural antibiotics effective against fecal microbes. So it probably was a big part of the reason why this happened. And restoring Reuteri is a big part of the solution to correct that problem. So we're seeing SIBO recede via normalization of breath hydrogen gas with restoration of Lactobacillus reuteri, but I've combined it with Lactobacillus gasseri because that's another big bacteriocin producer and small intestinal colonizer. And then we've thrown in a strain of Bacillus subtilis or subtilis because of its extraordinary bacteriocin are making yogurt. Out of those three, we get about 90% normalization of breath hydrogen gas and all the wonderful effects that accompany that. Weight loss plateaus are broken, hemoglobin A1C finally goes below 5, all that kind of